Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Joanie, and I'm the CEO at Women in Games International, or WIGI. I'm excited to be here to talk to you about why diversity is good for business and how businesses can leverage DEI strategies to foster a positive work environment. The Women in Games International, a little bit about us. We're a 501c3 nonprofit organization. We're based out of Los Angeles, California, but we have a global reach. So our mission is to cultivate resources to advance economic equality and diversity in the global games industry. We want everyone to have the same opportunities, and we want everyone's voice to be heard. Through knowledge sharing, access to technology, professional development workshops, and mentorship programs, WIGI works to normalize women, non binary, and femme identifying professionals in the gaming industry. And we're doing so by eliminating barriers and increasing access and opportunities for everyone. WIGI was founded in 2005 to recognize and highlight the accomplishments of women in the games industry. Since our inception, we have grown into the largest community of professional women and allies in gaming, providing a platform to amplify the voices of underrepresented gaming professionals everywhere. Our mission is based on a fundamental belief that increased equality and camaraderie among genders can make global impacts for superior products, more consumer enjoyment, and a stronger overall gaming industry. We've been building our community since we were established in 2005, and where Wiki was originally a co-ed conference that focused on creating a safe and inclusive space for women in the games industry to gather, learn, and network while being recognized for their incredible efforts and the impact they were driving. At the time, there wasn't much positive recognition for women in the industry, and Wiggy first created an inclusive space for like-minded women and allies to gather and connect. Since our first conference, Wiggy has launched a mentorship program, established a weekly newsletter, and has recently completely revamped our program's portfolio and reach. In 2022, we will run over 90 programs, workshops, panels, and initiatives focused on professional development and eliminating barriers for entry and upward mobility within the games industry. In less than 10 years, the percentage of women involved in the games industry has more than doubled. At 46%, women today make up almost half of gamers worldwide. However, if you look at the 144 executives in the top 14 gaming companies, only 23 or 16% are women. In fact, according to a recent Brighter report, more than half of those surveyed felt that the industry wasn't doing enough to support and welcome women gamers or women interested in gaming careers, and 62% didn't feel that women were well represented in the industry currently. Which is a shame, because diverse teams can be extremely advantageous. According to Glassdoor, 67% of candidates prefer a diverse work environment. Organizations that don't maintain diversity in their current staffing structure may be unintentionally discouraging otherwise top candidates from even applying. The majority of diverse candidates will review the organization structure to see who holds top C-suite and VP positions. If they don't feel represented within any of these current roles, they will most likely opt to not apply for that role due to a perceived glass ceiling. The Harvard Business Review finds that inclusive companies enjoy 2.3 times higher cash flow than those that aren't, and 70% of inclusive companies are more likely to capture new markets. And companies that boost a more inclusive workforce are 120% more likely to hit their financial goals, because it's easier to enter a market that you understand. And who better to understand a market than an employee who's already part of that demographic or group? Diverse teams will generate broader ideas due to varied perspectives they can bring to the table. We regularly have companies come to us at Wiggy and say they'd like that money bit, but the diverse staff have a higher turnover, which is a big problem. 78%, according to a Georgetown University study by Christina Porath, almost 2/3 of employees polled reported being treated rudely at work on a regular basis. The study showed that 78% of employees experiencing rude behavior reported that they were less committed to the organization. Meanwhile, 66% of these employees showed a decline in performance, and 47% of the employees found ways to intentionally spend less time at work, whether it was being tardy to work, showing up late, leaving early, or taking additional time off. And 25% of employees reported that the rude behavior at work caused them to take frustrations out on customers, friends, and family, which is usually the last straw. Because fostering a diverse workforce is not about performatively filling checkboxes to meet quotas, which raises the question: how does an organization create and support a diverse environment? Start with your current team. Analyze and monitor pay to ensure there's equal and fair treatment across the board. According to a UN Women's study, the gender pay gap globally stands at 16%, meaning women earn an average of 84 cents for every dollar a man earns. For women of color, immigrant women, and women with children, the difference is even more significant. Bring in an outside consulting firm to assist with salary reviews to ensure you're practicing equal treatment both within the organization and in line with industry standards. These are data points. This is the easiest first step for any organization. You're literally just looking at the numbers. Check diversity at the top. Do you have a glass ceiling? You can hire diverse candidates, but if they don't feel included and equal, they may hold back on sharing the experiences and perspectives you should be honing in on for innovation and development. Are you only hiring diversity in entry level roles? Is your succession plan geared towards career growth that is transparent, data driven, and fair? When an employee is hired, the job description should fit the role and pay. As additional responsibilities are added, the pay rate should increase along with that added workload. Companies should require managers to maintain regular check ins focused on goal setting and professional development needs. There should be a clearly defined trajectory for an employee seeking to move up within the organization. If there's not, or if it stops at mid management level, you may be creating a glass ceiling where an employee isn't able to break into the next step in their career. Creating a culture of inclusion and respect starts from the top. Some companies have opted to expand their code of conduct to include, support, and stand by their values. For instance, welcoming ideas that are different from your own and encouraging teammates to do the same. Treat others how they wish to be treated, rather than based on your personal norms and ideas. Try using a round robin technique in meetings, where you ask every person in the room for a contribution to the discussion. People can either share an idea or pass, but it gives them the opportunity to speak up and be heard. Or call out interruptions. Studies show that women and underrepresented individuals are more likely to be interrupted during meetings. A team is only as functional as the individual team members. The quality of each team member's workplace experience is affected by the team's energy and environment. What about your retention rate? Workplaces that don't support equality and inclusion see a high over turnover of diverse staff. And you're not just losing your current team. Once they exit the organization, you can be sure those candidates won't be recommending your company as a place to work. You need to integrate diversity and inclusion strategies in recruitment, performance management, leadership assessment, and training. Some companies even opt to create scorecards to define and develop quantitative metrics that drive behavioral change. Be sure you can identify what the diversity strengths and challenges are at your current organization, then build on those strengths and address the challenges. If you find yourself claiming there aren't enough skilled women, non binary, or femme identifying candidates to fill these roles, it might be time to rethink your current recruiting strategy. I can personally tell you we're out there. Anything from small changes in the wording used for job descriptions to more significant changes like expanding beyond your normal posting pipelines to cast a wider net can create a significant change in the applicant pool. And be sure to select an interview team that will respect different cultures and characteristics and identify potential without bias. Your goal should always be to build the best, strongest team possible, not despite your differences, but through recognizing, celebrating, and growing from those varied viewpoints and perspectives. To move to the next level in your career, you need to be your own best advocate. But how do you approach conversations about wanting a promotion or raise? How do you best highlight your impact and demonstrate your value? How and when do you know if it's time to take that next step? That's where we step in. Wiki is the largest community of professional games industry, women, non binary, femme identifying professionals, and allies in the world. Wiki enables women and underrepresented people to build a portfolio, take that calculated risk, introduce yourself to that partner or hiring manager, throw your hat in the ring. Our core mission values drive our work. We're maintaining a focus on networking, connecting, engaging, empowering, mentoring, and inspiring. And our goal is to promote the inclusion, advancement, and retention of women in the global games industry through networking, empowerment, collaboration, and mentorship initiatives. We're proud to offer access to all programs, networking events, and workshops completely free of charge to all attendees. Through an incredible team of industry professionals, we are creating open discussions to highlight new projects, games, and ideas, as well as working with industry veterans who are willing to share their insights and experiences. We encourage community engagement through moderated chat, smaller breakout sessions, and group networking in a safe, harassment free space. And now's the time to get involved. In 2022, we're running over 90 programs, workshops, and panels. Let's run through a few of them really quick. So our Get in the Game program was created to eliminate financial barrier by enabling women who otherwise couldn't afford it the opportunity to attend leading games industry conferences. The program covers round-trip flight and hotel accommodations booked by Wiggy, the cash per diem provided upon arrival, conference ticket for full access to the event, virtual consultation with Dress for Success prior to the event with an as-need basis option to receive donated clothing that matches the individual's personal style. So if you don't have the money to get to a conference, chances are you might not have the attire to also wear once you got to that conference. We're trying to empower people with a welcome kit with all of the things that they need to be successful at a conference. We also offer one-on-one career coaching throughout the conference and one-on-one networking at conference and related conference events. We have a few upcoming this year. We have one in Gamescom in Germany, as well as ESI in London and Gamescom in Asia, are the last three for this year. We also have a Stat Boost program, which is a series of skill building boot camps ranging from 3 to 5 days in length. These are interactive skill building boot camps with a theme. Each theme has panels, AMAs, and breakout sessions centered around that theme. Our most recent example is we did Stat Boost Self Advocacy, focusing on setting boundaries. We discussed overcoming and recognizing imposter syndromes, having uncomfortable conversations, as well as actionable allyship. What do you do when you see something? What do you say, and who do you say it to? How do you address the situation? They're entirely virtual to reach as many participants as possible, and we bring in industry experts from all over the world to speak to that specific topic. We also have our mentorship program, which we are known for running our mentorship program. And it's actually two programs in one. So as a mentor, you learn how to lead, listen, and support those climbing in the ranks. You're trained how to continue those conversations, how to create meaningful engagement, and how to set goals with your mentee. As a mentee, you learn how to set those goals and create that accountability while accessing interactive learning from industry professionals. So the program covers everything from goal setting and self-assessment to developing concrete actionable tools for accountability focused on reaching your full career potential. We have two different tracks, one for getting into the industry and one for going from mid-manager to C-suite and VP roles. So really trying to foster and continuing those conversations around learning even after the program conclusion. We also have our Wiggy Wednesdays, which focuses on new content to get to our community every Wednesday of the month. The first Wednesday of the month, we have our Power Leveling series on Zoom. It features interactive learning focused on empowering women to navigate a career in the games industry. The sessions are very intentionally held on Zoom with registration required to foster a safe, inclusive learning environment. We don't share recorded sessions to maintain confidentiality and those closed conversations. And the series features two separate tracks again for mid and entry level and executive level professionals. The sessions cover a range of topics from having uncomfortable conversations to recognizing and combating imposter syndrome, avoiding burnout, and breaking into the C-suite. The second Wednesday of the month is our open world dialogue, which was held on twitch.tv/getwiggy. It's a stream held every second Wednesday of the month, and it's focused on a panel of industry experts discussing topics associated with diversity, equity, and creating space in the global games industry for everyone. It's meant to foster open communication with our Twitch community. It's heavily moderated by Wiggy to ensure only inclusive language is used, and it's discussing relevant topics meaningful to women in the industry. The third Wednesday of the month is our Cheat Codes podcast, which is held on both Twitch and then loaded to Spotify. And that's an interactive stream every third Wednesday of the month where viewers can learn in real time from industry experts focused on highlighting a specific topic. We've had everyone from TL Taylor to Kate Rayner, and we've talked about things from diversity and inclusion efforts to being your most authentic and true self within the industry. We also have our safe-based networking events, and Wiggy is really known for throwing epic networking events at games industry conferences. Wiggy offers in-person networking to create and foster some fun, safe space to help people get ahead in their games industry roles. By our themed parties invite top gaming professionals to network and connect with up-and-coming creators, developers, and gaming enthusiasts. We ensure a safe and inclusive space filled with fun, excitement, and camaraderie. And best of all, our parties are always free of charge and open to everyone. From players to programmers, women are championing change in the gaming industry. I've been extremely fortunate to work with some exceptional people and fearless role models. I truly know how important a strong support system can be both personally and professionally. For me, seeing was believing. Witnessing a woman lead a male dominated boardroom changed my career trajectory instantly. Seeing someone like me achieve what I thought were unattainable career goals instilled the belief that I too could do it. Joining Wiggy's executive team has allowed me to support individuals in opening doors for themselves, empowering women to realize their full, incredible potential. And Wiggy is all about lifting as you climb. I've been actively involved in the Women Empowering Women movement, working with various organizations that advocate advancement both personally and professionally. Encouraging, creating, and nurturing a diverse presence, especially within the gaming space, is a passion for me because I've firsthand seen how considerably underrepresented women are in these leadership roles. And hey, Wiggy is always looking for partners, allies, and volunteers. If anything today resonated with you, I would love to hear from you. Head over to getwiggy.com and subscribe to our newsletter or reach out through email at info@getwiggy.com. Thank you for joining me today.